Hey, sports card fans, it's John, Wade Boggs fan. Hope you're all doing well. The 1966 Topps Baseball set is led by rookie cards of three Hall of Fame pitchers, Don Sutton, Fergie Jenkins, and of course, Jim Palmer. It also marks the final card issues for Hall of Fame pitchers Sandy Koufax and Robin Roberts. The backs feature a pinkish color and the customary biographical information, statistics, and a cartoon. The high number series cards, numbers 523 to 598, can be more difficult to find, particularly in high-grade conditions. With over half the final series labeled as short prints, several Hall of Fame cards receive additional interest, including Willie McCovey, card number 550, Billy Williams, card number 580, and Gaylord Perry, card number 598. On the other hand, key base cards for Pete Rose and Mickey Mantle are double prints in the earlier series, but are still among the most valuable cards in the release. The most common condition issue specific to the set is centering and miscuts. This can present a significant challenge when chasing the star and rookie cards in high-grade condition. The first and last cards in the set, Willie Mays and Gaylord Perry, also suffer from the typical issues common for their placement on the checklist, pushing values. In this video, I'm going to show off the top 10 most valuable cards from the 1966 Topps set based on their PSA 7 values. I'll also give the values of those cards in higher grades as well as the population count of those grades. Now, before I get to the top 10, here are the cards that just missed the top 10. At number 15, the Horace Clarke card, which is a high number short print. At number 14, the Fergie Jenkins rookie card. At number 13, the Don Sutton rookie card. At number 12, the 1966 Cardinals Rookie Stars card of Joe Horner, George Kernick, and Jimmy Williams, which is a high number short print. And at number 11, the Gaylord Perry card, the last card in the set and also a short print. So, which cards made the top 10 list? Let's go find out. Coming in at number 10, we have the Willie McCovey card, which is a high number short print. In a PSA 7, there have been 287 graded copies. The current VCP average price is $219. There have been 256 graded A PSA 8. They sell for around $341. There have been 49 graded A PSA 9. They sell for around $1,053. There have been 6 graded A PSA 10. The last sale, which was on July of 2018, was for $2,160, placing the Willie McCovey at the number 4 spot of the cards that made this top 10 list for PSA 10 values. At number 9, we have the Pete Rose card. In a PSA 7, there have been 759 graded copies with a current VCP average price of $220. There have been 489 graded A PSA 8. They sell for around $572. There have been 68 graded A PSA 9 with an average sale price of $4,500. There has not been a PSA 10 graded copy. At number 8, we have the Sandy Koufax card, the last playing days card of Sandy Koufax. In a PSA 7, there have been 659 graded copies with a current VCP average price of $328. There have been 318 graded A PSA 8, and they sell for around $926. There have been 24 graded A PSA 9. The last PSA 9 sold in January of this year through Heritage Auction for $13,200, placing the Sandy Koufax at the number 4 spot in terms of PSA 9 values. And there has not been a card graded PSA 10. At number 7, we have the Jim Palmer rookie card. In a PSA 7, there have been 811 copies graded with a current VCP average price of $331. There have been 521 graded A PSA 8, and they sell for around $830. In a PSA 9, there have been 82 graded copies, and they sell for around $5,200. And just like some of the other cards in the list so far, there has not been a card graded PSA 10. At number 6, we have the 1966 Rookie Stars from the National League, featuring Bart Shirley and Grant Jackson. I think the reason why this card showed up in the top 10 list is that it is a high number short print. And as you can see in a PSA 7, there have only been 141 cards graded at that level. The current VCP average price is $333. There have been 122 graded a PSA 8. They sell for around $499. There have only been 25 graded a PSA 9. They sell for around $750. And that last sale for a PSA 9 was back in May of 2023 through REA auction. There had been 2 graded a PSA 10. The last PSA 10 sale took place in March of 2022 through Memory Lane for $5,251. In terms of the PSA 10 values on this top 10 list, this 1966 National League Rookie Stars card ranks number 3, mainly because not a lot of the cards on this top 10 list have any cards graded a PSA 10. At number 5, we have the Roberto Clemente card. In a PSA 7, there have been 549 copies graded with a current VCP average price of $417. There have been 360 graded a PSA 8. They sell for around $1,067. There have been 39 graded a PSA 9, and they sell for around $15,000, placing the Roberto Clemente at the number 3 spot in terms of PSA 9 values. And just like some of the other cards on this list, there has not been a single card graded a PSA 10. At number 4, we have the Hank Aaron card. In a PSA 7, there have been 448 graded copies with a current VCP average price of $439. There have been 279 graded a PSA 8. They sell for around $1,434. There have been 54 copies graded a PSA 9. They sell for around $5,910, placing the Hank Aaron at the number 5 spot in terms of PSA 9 values. There have been 5 graded a PSA 10. The last PSA 10 sold in April of 2018 through Heritage Auction for $12,000, placing the Hank Aaron at the number 2 spot in terms of PSA 10 values. At number 3, we have the 1965 Batting Leaders card from the National League, featuring 3 great Hall of Famers: Roberto Clemente, Hank Aaron, and Willie Mays. This is a very popular card in the set as it features those 3 Hall of Famers. In a PSA 7, there have been 292 graded copies with a current VCP average price of $450. There have been 218 graded a PSA 8. They sell for around $1,188. There have been 27 graded a PSA 9. The last PSA 9 sold for $4,560 back in December of 2022 through REA auctions. And there have been 2 that have been graded a PSA 10. The last PSA 10 sold way back in January of 2017 through Memory Lane, and it sold for $12,713, placing this card actually at the number 1 spot of PSA 10 value cards, again because of the limited supply of PSA 10s in the 1966 top set. At number 2, we have the Willie Mays card, card number 1 in the set. In a PSA 7, there have been 373 graded copies with a current VCP average price of $1,035. There have been 237 graded a PSA 8. They sell for around $3,387. There have been 26 graded a PSA 9. The last PSA 9 sold in January of 2023 through Heritage Auction for $44,400, placing the Willie Mays at the number 1 spot in terms of PSA 9 values. And this is another card that there has not been a card or copy graded a PSA 10. And the number 1 card in terms of value from the 1966 top set, you probably guessed it, the Mickey Mantle card. In a PSA 7, there have been 1,122 graded copies with a current VCP average price of $1,176. There have been 524 graded a PSA 8. They sold for around $3,167. There have been 76 graded a PSA 9. They sell for around $20,527, placing the Mickey Mantle at the number 2 spot based on PSA 9 values. There has been a card graded PSA 10. However, in VCP's database, there has not been a recorded sale of that card. So who knows what that one PSA 10 Mickey Mantle would sell for if it came up for sale or auction today. Well, there you go, the top 10 most valuable cards from the 1966 top set. We'd love to know in the comments what you think about the cards that made the top 10 list. Were you surprised at the inclusion of the National League Rookie Stars card? What about the ranking of some of the Hall of Famers? If you've missed some of the videos in this series, here are 2 that you can check out. And with that, that's all I have for you. So until next time, thanks for watching.